The Blackhawks score 4 goals in the third period against the Avalanche? At this time of year? At this time of day? In this part of the country? Wow.
You have to get up, do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on! I make go records, baby. I'm liking this.
Hello and welcome to another Hawks recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. Blackhawks playing their 37th game of the season, coming off a big win in Winnipeg against the Jets, but it's their third game in 4 nights, and it's in Colorado against the Avalanche. Fourth and final meeting between these two teams this year, and we're not even halfway through the season. Kind of weird scheduling in a way, but based on how these two teams played against each other the previous 3 times, you could probably guess how this game ended up. That's right. The Hawks win 5-3. Are you kidding me? Now, coming into this game, the Avalanche just have absolutely dominated the Hawks in the previous 3 matchups, scoring 16 goals. The Hawks only scoring 6. I mean, it's been that lopsided. The Avalanche just are a matchup nightmare for the Hawks. They got speed, they got size, they got strength, they got skill, and they got it all. And despite the outcome of this game, I still think the Avalanche, when healthy, are the best team in the Western Conference. And for 50 minutes of this game, it seemed like it was going to be a fairly easy season sweep for the Avalanche over the Hawks. But somehow, some way, the Hawks, who with about 8 minutes left to go in the game had a 3% chance of winning, somehow rolled a nat 20 and won this game. But before we talk about the ending, let's start at the beginning. The first period was a bit of a struggle for the Hawks. They took an early penalty. Now, they did kill it off, but the Avalanche were swarming after it, and about 1 minute after the penalty ended, Ryan Graves would end up shooting a knuckle puck from the point, and it somehow squeaked through Robin Lehner's pads into the back of the net, and here we go again. Later on in the first period, it looked like the Avalanche would get a second goal from Nathan MacKinnon, but after some discussion, the refs would wave it off because it was a distinct kicking motion, which was a good call. But the Hawks catch a break there, and despite getting outshot 12-6 in that first period, the Hawks find themselves only down 1 going into the second. Now, for as lackluster as that first period was for the Hawks, the second period was the complete opposite. It was a fantastic period of hockey, and it all started off with that first shift. Coach Colleton switching up the lines a little bit, putting Kane on the top line with Taves and Kubalik, and right off the opening draw, they win it, they dump it in, they get their forecheck going, they create a turnover. Showtime Kane with the Showtime sauce to the front of the net. Jonathan Taves picks the puck out of the air and then puts it up top over a sprawling Grubauer, and just like that, 21 seconds into the middle frame, the Hawks have tied this game at 1. That was the third goal in the last 2 games that the Hawks have scored within the first minute of a period. The first and third periods against the Jets, and now the second period here against the Avalanche. I mean, I'm kind of liking this trend. It's a nice little kickstart to the period. Unfortunately, 2 minutes later, the Avalanche would retake their lead. A little bit of a defensive breakdown for the Hawks. Calvert has the puck in front of the net in the side slot area, puts a shot on Robin Lehner. Robin Lehner saves it. He thinks he has it, but the puck is actually laying behind him between his legs. Calvert follows up his shot and puts his stick between the leg pads of Lehner and gets to the puck and knocks it in. Excuse me, sir, Robin Lehner deserves dinner first before you do that. Nevertheless, Avalanche up 2-1. Now, after that, the rest of the second period was very thrilling, like as exciting as you could get without actually scoring any goals. The Blackhawks actually had a couple of wondrous chances to tie this game up. Carpenter fakes out Grubauer down low, it swings it around, wide open net, gets tripped, draws a penalty, but somehow can't put it into the net. It hits the post naturally. Hawks go to the power play. DeBrincat hits the post naturally. Doc and Boquist both have great looks, but ultimately the Hawks don't score on the power play. It was a great-looking power play, but they come up empty. And then you got Gilbert fighting Landeskog. Then you have Keith coming in like a wrecking ball. I mean, it was pretty exciting. The Hawks were playing with intensity. They were playing with confidence. They were just playing really good hockey in that second period. They outshot the Avs 15-10. I mean, they were just quite unlucky not to get more goals in that middle frame. And naturally, the Avalanche would score with less than a minute left to go in the period. Matt Calvert with the second goal of the game just banks it in off Leonard's pads from below the goal line. I mean, come on. After that period, that's a backbreaker. That's the hockey gods just telling us we're just not going to beat the Avalanche this year. Because in the previous 3 meetings, the Avalanche, like all their goals, were just absolute snipes, like top corner rockets. I don't care who you have in net, they're not stopping it. You're just sitting there wondering, like, what do you even do? But in this game, they're not scoring like that. Instead, they're finding alternative ways to score, like the dirty goals, and you're just left there wondering they can do both? Like, that's just unfair. Because if that's the case, then this game is over. There's no way the Hawks, who have yet to win a game when trailing after 2 periods this year, are going to come back from a 3-1 deficit against an Avalanche team who have yet to lose in regulation when leading after 2 periods. Just turn the game off, put on your best outfit. It's Saturday night. Just go have some fun. Now, for those of you who tried to be anti-fun and watch the 3rd period, I'm going to ask you a question. This is real quick. Are we dreaming? With 8.5 minutes left to go in the game and the Hawks only having a 3% chance of victory, Patrick Kane gets the puck from Kubalik, skates around in the offensive zone, rips a shot past Grubauer, making it a 3-2 game. Then 28 seconds later, Gustafsson and Doc are on a 2-on-1. Gus throws a pass over to Kirby Dach, who reaches with all of his 10-foot wingspan to grab that puck, and then somehow with no angle puts it into the back of the net, tying this game up. Then the Hawks get a power play, and then they don't score and lose all momentum. But then, a little bit after that, Kubalik gets a pass from Taves, which was initially intended for Kane in front of the net, but missed him. Goes right to Kubalik's stick, and he puts it in, and the Hawks have taken the lead. And then Connor Steph Curry Murphy from 180 feet away scores the empty netter to seal the deal. 5-3 Hawks? What? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Saturday night. I've got my best outfit on, and I'm having some fun. Now, with that said, if the Hawks, after these 2 games against the Jets and Avalanche, come out and lose to the Devils on Monday, I'm going to air a ton of grievances. Please, Hawks, don't make me do that. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I always love reading what you have to say. Like, share, and subscribe. I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate you guys doing that. But most importantly, it's the holiday season. Stay safe. Make good decisions, and I'll see you when I'm older.